Hey everyone, it's Socknick, and I am actually recording this just 5 minutes after my latest episode that has not been uploaded yet of Kid Chameleon 3 The Final Marathon, and this is a work in progress ROM hack by a guy known as EpsilonEagle in the Kid Chameleon Discord. And so I have very little knowledge of what's going on in this ROM hack. I've seen a little bit of discussion about it. People seem interested. EpsilonEagle seems like a cool enough guy, so I think we're just gonna give it a 100% blind, sort of short checkout playthrough, actually prompted to me by Drios. So, let's see what's going on. Alright, so the Lake of Blood 1 is where things are starting out. And it's a murder world. With an immediate teleporter. Okay. Unsurprisingly, this is an elsewhere, and I think we've just about gotten the right idea of how it's supposed to work. Okay, so we died instantly, but now we're in Valley of the Kings 2. With a cyclone on it. Well, I'm always a big fan of cyclones, so I cannot complain. Okay, I should have seen that coming. Okay, good to know. There's a cyclone refill right there. So I have actually seen some comments made by Epsilon in regards to, seems like he has some interesting sort of design philosophies going with this mod. Alright, so now we need Berserker. In terms of, like, I think I've seen him mention battle levels among other things, so certainly interesting, something that nobody else has quite done. No clue if I'm doing this right. In fact, I suspect I'm not. So a restart may be in order. Looks like this level's quite the maze. So I'm assuming in order for this to be, for the Berserker to actually give any value, okay, so we do know there's a helmet out here, then it's gonna allow us to crawl somewhere that we couldn't go before. And actually, I'm not sure if I checked last time if we could crawl on the top of that, so maybe I'm just an idiot. In fact, let's try that right now. see. It's funny how that occurred to me directly right after I restarted. Kinda dumb. So looks like we're back to Cyclone. And we're just gonna be very cautious around steel blocks. It's a nice forgiving refill. And we're gonna trigger some shooter blocks now. And it's back to Berserker. Okay, so that cleared this off for us. Well, we certainly want to, I think, hang on to this Berserker helmet, considering it was given to us, and helmets seem very purposeful so far in this. Not to imply that they usually aren't in vanilla KC, but okay, so I do like how generous he's been with the helmets. It's always nice. So we have a lot of iron blocks to work with here. And I suspect we need to push them the opposite way here. Maybe. What's this? Okay, so maybe we're back to Cyclone, actually. In which case, we may have fucked up the progression. Guess we'll have to see. So this is our path through. Okay, so we do get another Berserker. I was a little worried there, but... And that should clear it. It clears this off. Now, are we okay to go down here? I guess we are. And back to Cyclone. Did I want to do that? Honestly, not sure I did, but... Because now I have to do a really precise jump to get up here. Actually, I might be able to just make it. Oh well, it's gonna have to be the opposite way. There we go. So we're gonna be more cautious about which rock blocks we break. We're okay to break those ones. Kinda have to. Okay, so time has become a concern here. I'm hoping we're either near the end or... Shit. Okay, I'm thinking we need to bring Cyclone through all this now. Okay, I I think we might take a death here. So I'm not finding any clocks. No time indeed. Okay, so we have a somewhat better idea of what we're actually doing, so... Taking damage there seems pretty much inevitable, so I'm not gonna sweat that. We can just get the refill pretty much immediately. Here's our Berserker helmet. So I think, now it's easier said than done, but we're just gonna have to be very careful about just about everything we do here in this kind of puzzle-oriented level. Try and be at least somewhat fast about it too, because there's some clocks around, but we don't have unlimited time, that's for sure. That opens up the passage down below. Some enemies crawling around down here. I think we're doing better on time since we kind of had the path figured out at this point. Scratch my nose. Can't waste any of that precious time, you know. And we maxed out on diamonds. Okay, so it actually does look like, for some reason I was under the impression that this wasn't really a necessary part, but it does look like we have to. I am gonna just kind of run through, open up these blocks, you know, make sure I'm not missing any clocks or anything that might come in handy, but otherwise, that was intended. Okay, that's not a problem. Just kind of... We do need to slide that one over. That we do know, and that gives us access to the Cyclone helmet. Then we can open that up. Go back with Berserker. And the path is clear. There is a teleporter. I kind of don't want to take it. I'd like to stay in here and try and figure this out, assuming that it does just take us out of the level. So again, we don't destroy these unless we absolutely have to. Just to not make things harder on ourselves. That is one we have to destroy. Nothing hidden up there. Destroy that too. So I'm thinking, this is giving me the impression that we need a... I don't think I can... I think that's way too high to hit. Jump is possible, but... Shit. Pixel perfect. Assuming we're missing something here. I'd like to assume we're not expected to do a pixel perfect jump there. It'd be kind of odd. Now we are running out of time, so... Okay, so maybe... I'm actually thinking that maybe we were supposed to get rid of this, and then... Okay, so I'm gonna restart. Wonder if there are some complicated and obscure shortcuts that I'm maybe missing out on. You never know with KC levels. We'll have to see. I'm getting closer to the area where we were, and we'll have to see if my understanding of it panned out. To be honest, I'm just gonna jump through that little section. Similarly, we know what's there, so we can shave some time off. Now, what I think we have to do, so there's, and I'm assuming that resets this area because that is what we have to do. So I need to go over here and then get the Berserker helmet. And then first things first, so I don't forget, I'm going to go over here and open up the path. And this is what's important. This is what I haven't been doing. So once we've done that, we're gonna go through and clear things out with Berserker. I don't think there was anything important here. And then we need Cyclone for that, so we're going to backtrack and get the Cyclone helmet. time. Starting to feel like, you know, time is certainly of the essence. That's a refill here. And this is going to open up the path below. But we can check out what's up here for the sake of it. Oh, actually, this is... came through there already, actually, and we did. So now we're here. Berserker is necessary once again. Make sure there's nothing hidden. Ah, fuck. Okay, so we wanna hold on to... Okay, so we need Berserker here, but it looks like we're gonna have to do the same thing with backtracking. Really don't want to lose Berserker, is my impression. Okay, so we can cut through that area with... Okay, so how are we gonna break that? Let's go back and see what's going on here. Okay, so we can do this. That's actually necessary. Probably just keep doing this. A little bit of platforming. Just see what's up there. Just diamonds. Ooh, a hidden block. Continue. Well, that's cool. This out. Oh, we are getting awfully close to the flag here. So things. Okay, so we're gonna need to trigger that. Now it's all just going back and getting Cyclone. This is the victory lap. Thankfully there are two. And yes, that does basically confirm my suspicion that these teleporters were there for the reset, but we are through. That was quite the level. Very time consuming. So I'm assuming that's where we might have to use the level soft reset here, and maybe we'll just take a look at the level select. Okay, so let's look at the Lake of Blood 1, which is where we started. Got that quirky woods level murder wall going on. I guess this is a berserker path. I'm assuming that was what was in that block. Certainly feels like Blue Lake Woods 1 on steroids. And we hit the flag there. A pretty gentle start, all things considered, you know, being a murder wall level and everything. And by the way, I did actually, before, I noticed while playing back one of my KC3 videos, the game volume, in contrast to my voice, was a little off. I tweaked it a bit, but I haven't really tested it, so I'm hoping it's not dreadfully bad in this video. But that's beside the point. Let's see, The Wake of Blood 2. Okay, so we do not have a murder wall level this time. I feel like these wooden treehouse tiles were really underused in the original game. Ooh. Maniacs. Okay, interesting. The benefit of this is we, okay, well, Red Stealth shares the same benefit. We don't have to worry about breaking the blocks under us, which I certainly enjoy. Block. Seems like an area that would have hidden shit. Sure if I want to be down there or not. Oh, well, looks like we have to go down there. Looks like it goes further. Don't appreciate this tank. Seemed like the safest way to go about that. Okay, we got a teleporter. I think I'd rather do the flag path. I almost killed myself there. Just to keep things from getting too out of hand. Another teleporter there. No hit bonus. What a gamer. Mount Skyblade. 1 to be precise. It's always nice when these fuckers die in 2 hits as opposed to the usual 45 that they seem to take in every other KC mod. Or later in the original game as well. So I'm getting the sense that we've got some work to be done with the Iron Knight here. Interesting configuration ventilation blocks that I just ruined. Let's just see what we can do with red stealth here. Seems like we're alternating helmets a lot in this mod so far. It's always nice when your point is illustrated immediately. Lots of onks too, it seems. And again, just get an extra hit point. Why don't we? Huh. I'm not sure if we even need the red stealth. Guess it's giving me kind of a... I mean, for many reasons, it's giving me a High Water 1 vibe. But definitely the way it offers you helmets. In this case, it's a red stealth as opposed to a... shoot, should have seen that coming. It's a red stealth instead of a berserker, but you're offered a helmet that you don't really need on a pretty consistent basis. Once again, I suspect we don't really need this. I mean, to be fair, we can do just about... We really should be expecting that, and there's the flag. There might have been something in that pit under, but we didn't check it out, and looks like there must be a Micromax helmet. Mount Skyblade 2. Micromax helmet somewhere in the level, which we unfortunately did not find. Perhaps it was down that last pit. I'm assuming, especially based on the position of the background, that is the bottom of the level. So we will not be heading down there. Thank you very much. Everyone's favorite anime. Is this thing interesting back there? I guess that doesn't matter, but no hit bonus for me, unfortunately. Anyway, Micromax does make an appearance here. A classic Micromax and Driller's maze. We gotta avoid that. Well, this situation doesn't seem very nice, so we're gonna use the mini diamond snake. I should have been checking the openings for hidden blocks, but oh well. Well, for once I got a lot of value out of a diamond snake, so I'd say it was worth the 50 diamonds to make sure I didn't turn back into the kid and get completely obliterated. place for a hidden block. Once more. So this kind gentleman gamer here has opened the path for us. Okay, so I did actually see some mention of what the creator referred to as a stealth section, and I think that's what we're seeing here. It's a concept. I think that's what that was, anyway, based on what I've seen, and that's the flag. So now we're on Valley of the Kings 1. Hopefully, not to be a downer, but a little less tedious than the sequel. Do have my favorite enemy, the Emo Rock. The question being, is this level also designed with Micromax in mind, or can we get some kind of value out of having him? Maybe something we can do with shifting blocks? For the novelty, we'll give it a go here. Worth the effort. So I guess the vibe I'm getting, at least, is this. So Valley of the Kings 2, you're actually in this giant pyramid, and Valley of the Kings 1 is mainly outside and on the outskirts. So that's thematically cool. Would love a clock, because at the rate we're going, picking everything up, we are bound to run out of time relatively soon, actually. It's, hello, boys. Interesting. Okay, the clock is there. Can't say I expected those guys to come out of nowhere, but assuming that's maybe somewhere in the ceiling. I don't know. Kinda don't feel like going back, so I apologize for my lack of adventurous spirit, but I was hoping to despawn that guy, but now we're kind of in trouble here. Looks like we're expected to have Berserker anyway, potentially to do that. Okay, so to do that, heads down there. Also this way. Huh. Okay, so it's just to get through there then. Do you get a refill? Alright, that was interesting. Now, yes, this does take us to Valley of the Kings 2, so I'm going to soft reset and go back to the level select so we're not retreading ground. Okay, so there's a Valley of the Kings 3 apparently. I guess that's not in a functional state right now. Should explain why going to it didn't, or rather completing Valley of the Kings 2 didn't send us to it. Okay, so I'm gonna just see. I'm assuming these are just the original levels, or they're not in functional states. Let's just go to the ones that are named already. Frozen Waste 1. This does appear to be in working condition. This is quite the ice palette. Very gray, which should be obvious, but really do like that background color. The sort of indigo with the dark, deep brown. Not something you see every day. And now I'm going to bore you all to death by collecting every single one of these prize blocks. And eventually I am going to take damage to that goat, and it's going to be an I told you so moment. Spent a solid minute doing that. It's at the bottom of the level. No, it's just a spiky pit. Ha! Got him. You know, maybe I think we're supposed to make that just a little wider. Jump might be possible, but that makes it... Well, take the Iron Knight, looks like what we're supposed to have. And we're back to Red Stealth, we've got a clock, and we're back to the Iron Knight. So it looks like, at least in the next section, we do have some freedom of choice in terms of the helmet we want to use, which is appreciated, and we can... Okay, so we need to go up there and trigger those sugar blocks. Again, I do dig the palette. I actually have kind of a generally mixed opinion of just the concept of palette swapping in ROM hacks. Watch this. Yeah, I am slick, you don't have to tell me. Just because I think the original game kind of stands well on its own, and sometimes the ROM hacks can really disrupt the original theme and vibe with, you know, just the changes that are made. I generally do tend to take issue more with sorry, I'm a bit distracted by this level, but I do tend to take issue more with palette changes to the helmets than I do with the stages. Okay, I feel like we should drop back down, make sure we don't plummet into the abyss. Which actually I guess was never gonna happen. Thank you for not doing that, Epsilon. It's one of my level design triggers. Drios knows he's guilty. No hard feelings, of course, but nothing more frustrating in my book than just dipping right down into a pit that you couldn't see. Sick. And get ourselves an extra hit point here, even if we probably do end up going back to the title screen relatively soon, I would imagine. The classic item boxes right behind the flag. Okay, so, yes, I was right. Soft reset once more and see if there's anything else to check out. Can we access this? Unsurprisingly, no. Desert Storm should be a functional level. I was gonna say, I see the desert, but where's the storm? The title is quite literal, not that I'm complaining. That sand-colored rain is actually pretty cool. Okay, this is starting to get a little off the rails, especially when I lose my helmet to the hail. So far, what I'm getting is Under Skull Mountain 3 if it was a desert level and had a hailstorm. Whenever I see an odd-looking tile, I just immediately assume that it's interesting. Extra life. Destroyed. One of these days. Oh, come on. Shit. That was pretty straightforward. And I'm assuming we're greeted by Darkness, our old friend, but actually no, it's the mean streets. Like the Alien Twilight palette. Actually, I guess not quite, you know, now that I see it more properly, we do have the bright buildings in the sky. I did see discussion of this in the Discord, actually, so assuming we're just supposed to go back and forth here. It's a little awkward, but okay, so we need a berserker helmet. Is it hidden? Where is it? I believe this is solid. Maybe it's over here. I feel like I'm missing something obvious here. I just think there's gotta be a hidden block. Oh, how did I not find that before? Well, I was right about the missing something obvious part. There we go. I was looking for the opening. Well, we wasted a lot of time doing that, so... And our good buddy is here. Let's hope for a clock. Red stealth. Well, shoot. Now we've got an awkward looking jumping section. Something that I don't really have time for, and looks like we will be taking a death here because I took way too long. Alright, well this should be a breeze now that we actually know what we're doing. So when something takes 30 seconds as opposed to a couple minutes, you know you did something wrong the first time. You know what? I don't actually know that we need red stealth, and I'm not sure if I want to spend my entire life collecting. Okay, so what's going on here with this pattern? Okay, so we just need to delay our jump in a particular way there. Just a little bit longer. And a little bit longer. Okay, that screwed me up. Okay, so we gotta be pretty prompt with that. Huh. There we go. Trigger that, and we get some time. And I think we just backtrack. Right. Yeah, well, that just opens that up, but I would like to check out what's going on up here. Let's... well, whatever. I'm not too concerned about that. Looks like you need to either trigger a shooter block somewhere or get a... Maniacs again. Yeah, for the novelty, since this isn't really a proper playthrough. Just gonna... oh, we can jump in here. Okay. Send those all the way back there, and then drop into the sewers. Good luck. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. I think I just... well, I guess we have to take the Juggernaut path now. I was gonna say, I think I just cucked myself, but do still have this option open to us. Gonna go this direction. Okay, we become red stealth here. And take unnecessary damage. And now we're Juggernaut again. We're Maniacs. I'm assuming we can... okay, that was very hard to... it's hard to visually figure that one out. I was expecting them to come right back at me. Is the end of that level, and I'm assuming our good friend the black screen will make a return here. I guess not. Superhero City. Which is nice and bright. Well, shit. Genuinely sympathetic for superheroes if living in Superhero City means dealing with these fuckers all day long. These. Okay, well we do get Cyclone here, and he should bust the door open. I think. Maybe not. Okay. Now the question is, did the bullet hit a UFO or something, or I think we can just get back around here. Doesn't really matter. No, actually, there was probably shooter blocks that could be revealed by Cyclops or something. I wasn't really... I don't think I scanned that area. Expecting drill blocks to make an appearance here. Time is growing scarce, so I'm gonna see if a clock is in one of these, which it is, so I'm very thankful for that. I have been Kaizo'd. Get out of here. I'm assuming the superhero city name comes from this level being... Oh, I think I probably should have destroyed that. Maybe? I might have made a mistake there. Hopefully I didn't screw myself over. TP top right. Is that the only way to get out of here? I think that might be the case. SOS. Okay, is that like... It's like our version of the bat signal. Okay, so that takes us to this level. Alright, so we're gonna soft reset here and see if there are any other levels we haven't checked out. Assuming this is just a... Yeah. That name wasn't exactly promising. Kill of the Tyrant. Okay. So there is more for us to check out here. Skycutter level. Great start. Lots of thugs. Wow. Monster Island called. It wants its intellectual property back. I kid, I kid. But this is definitely reminiscent of that level for obvious reasons. We're taking a lot of damage. Block is nice, and a refill is appreciated. Scarier than it was. So we're just gonna take damage to that guy, whether we like to or not. Oh, shit. Sure would like a helmet right now. I think we may die due to our lack of a helmet, unless this is a refill. It is. Nice. Guess this takes us to the surface, where we got a quirky block. Of course, I land right in the middle of all of them. Like that refill, thank you very much. Oh, I guess we were supposed to go over here, and I screwed myself. Open up that. I'm gonna say I'm kind of screwed if one of these guys decides to... Shit. Okay, let's give it another go. Taking a nice, gentle cruise here. Ah. Remembered that, but I'm pretty sure we get a refill here. We get time. Refill and time. We're just gonna take these nice and slow. So we do just want to trigger it that way. And just gonna send the thugs towards us. Not taking damage there wasn't really something that could happen, but once again, we are okay. Maybe we can take a different path here. I don't know. Looks like we need to wait for this guy. Okay, maybe it looks like this was just extra stuff. In which case, maybe the way we were going was the correct path. We just need to not get confused this time. And let's just stomp on all these thugs. Bad damage, but there is a refill here. Once again, I got confused. Bang up job there. Well, this is irritating. Yeah, I have to say this enemy placement is just kind of annoying. It doesn't really, I mean, it adds to the challenge technically, but shit. I'm in just about the same position I was in before, which is completely screwed, I think. Jesus. Okay, well, we did reach the end, so all's well that ends well. The abattoir. Alright, so it's a murder wall level. We try with Sky Cutter. Oh, maybe that's not the play. Especially given my Sky Cutter skills or lack thereof. Okay, so I don't think just face tanking is really the play there. We just need to observe the position of the rock blocks. We missed the cycle somehow. Shit, too far to the left. As murder wall levels are prone to doing, this will definitely sap your resources, especially if you do that. And by resources, I pretty much just mean lives, so I'm not sure why I use the term resources. That was very short. Oh, no hit bonus. What a gamer. The labyrinth. Well, I don't like the sound of that, but we do get to see more of this pretty ice background, so let me guess. That's gonna be like the teleporter we need to leave, and it's all the way at the beginning. Let's try going down this dumb. Try going down this tower first. This guy's looking awfully green today. Sort of a Statue of Liberty color. Timing was tight on that. One block. The writing was on the wall with that one. This level is living up to its name. I'm just gonna kind of look for shooter blocks and trigger them and hope for the best. Deal with these guys first. Shit. We love that extra little hop. Got a health refill. Let's see what's over this way first. So, it does seem like a pretty much either a Maniacs or Red Stealth level. So, going down there doesn't seem to achieve anything right now. Love another clock. I think we're gonna be here a while. Now, can I trigger the shooter block? Looks like I can't. I'm pretty sure that going down here, just nothing we can do. Okay. Looks like we're going backwards. Trigger that from somewhere down here. So we'll go this way instead. Huh. Okay, let's follow that block. See that this leads somewhere. Fuck away from me. Prediction 100. Looks like there was maybe a way to visible wall somewhere. Sort of at a loss for how to crack this bad boy open. Love these homing arrows. Back down here where I don't think there's really much we can do, and time is running thin. Let's give this another go. Maybe we'll try going this way to begin. In fact, maybe this is what we needed to do from the beginning. It's hard to know. So, can't access this area. Don't see any other shooter walks around, so I guess we're gonna head the other way this time. Not crazy about that RAM. Just gonna have to be really observant, I think. All these prize blocks, make sure we're collecting the clocks and such. Pretty sure there's some kind of refill pretty close by. I'm assuming we're gonna have some reason to backtrack over there since we were shown that little area that we opened up. Now things are starting to look familiar with what we just experienced. I think we've hit all the available shooter blocks so far. I think, but you can never be sure with these things. I'll bait this guy down here and a few axes to the head. Check over here. Jesus. I think we might just need to go this way to actually continue. Seems like an apt prize. We actually want to fall directly down there. I think the stuff is just prizes, but Actually, just gonna keep the Maniac's helmet around here, because... Huh. Okay, well, we're clearly missing something very important. On account of the fact that I think we were pretty thorough, and now we're running out of time here. Now I keep saying I need to be observant, but I guess I need to be really observant. Who knows, maybe I'm just missing something very obvious. Maybe I'm just underestimating the amount of backtracking involved. It's hard to know which. So now, am I gonna... Well, I'm just gonna keep collecting... collecting these prizes until I get another clock, which I think is right here, and that's the only clock we're gonna get. And then I'm going to trigger all the shooter blocks that I know of, and then I'm just gonna loop back and see if it opened up anything that we haven't seen. I think we were only given one clock. Did it again. Let's see if we can get some insight by... I mean, there's just shooter blocks everywhere. It's too difficult to figure out exactly what leads where. They're like, look at that. This guy's position is very annoying without Maniac's helmet to deal with him. I'm wondering if there's, like, shooter blocks in the ceiling here that I'm missing. Not seeing any. Okay, we're just getting a little precarious here in terms of our HP situation. That's not a concern for a while. So we've got 2 minutes. I think things are pretty much gonna spin out exactly the same as last time, or at least they should, in terms of thinking we might need to backtrack into the beginning area. In fact, maybe this path potentially being opened up is supposed to be taken as a sign of that. I mean, I really don't know. I'm just kind of trying to figure this out. Hard to know exactly what's expected of one. Time situation is getting rough here too. Okay, well, something opened that up. Now, I'm willing to sit here for a little bit and do some investigating, so we're going to try to be pretty efficient with how we do this. So we can figure out... I'm willing to spend some lives here, so what I want to know is, was the... At the point where we're given the path back, is that where the path is opened up? I just realized I forgot to grab the clock. Well, this could be an effort in vain. Let's see if it's been opened up. Clock on our way back. So I think it's in our best interest to just restart here. And And we're gonna try our damnedest to just do this as efficiently as possible. Now, I don't know if... Okay, so there's this to trigger. Red stealth helmet here. Whatever. I don't think that taking damage is our first and foremost concern, even though we definitely don't want to take too much of it. Time is the big one. Clock here. Shit. It's hurrying too much. I think keeping the maniacs is pretty important just to deal with the goats and such. I think that, yeah, that's all there is to clear there. I think there's anything down here. Yep. Shoot. Wasn't really what I wanted. Not sure why I picked that up, because I knew it was there, but... Okay, I think, yeah, here's when we're going to loop back. We've got like 4 minutes to do it. We get the Maniac's helmet again. In about as good shape as we could be, and really, my only hope is that I didn't fuck up somewhere and do something differently. Fingers crossed. We got over 3 minutes, so we're in good shape right now, and it should be opened up if we get everything correctly. Fuck. Okay, so we must have missed something. I'm gonna be honest, this level has taken up enough of the video. I'm just going to soft reset and see if there are any more levels to check out. Because I'm recording quite late, as I may have mentioned. murky depths. We fell a long distance. Really want us to use Juggernaut here. Quite a short level. And pretty straightforward, though I do have a feeling there's maybe a bit more going on elsewhere. Okay, we got Battle Island. We're gonna stick with the Juggernaut helmet. Excuse me while I take my last swig of water. There we go. Teleporter and continue going. Can't go down there. Guess we take the teleporter. And it takes us to Hills of the Tyrant. I'm assuming that level has a variety of teleporters in it. Burning Sky. Let's check it out. Sky level. Plenty of aliens, which is never a good sign. Trigger the shooting block. That's another. Okay. And that's gonna let us go here and do that. Let's quite the high saturation palette, if I do say so myself. This is really risky. Got another one over here. Go through here, and that seems to afford us absolutely nothing. Shit. Sky. Okay. We love to see it. I have no idea if there's a flag path on this level, if this is the intended way or the only exit, but... And that takes us to Valley of the Kings 2. Once again... It's not what we meant to do. Assuming should just be elsewhere, as I don't expect there to be anything past that. Alright, so I think we've at least taken a look into pretty much all the levels in the mod so far. Not actually sure if the mod has a title, and if it does, what the title is, but again, this mod was created by EpsilonEagle, and I do apologize for maybe running through some of those later levels with less thoroughness than I gave to the earlier ones, but again, this was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing, and it ended up occupying almost 2 hours, so yeah, that happened, but I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.